Well, welcome again, Elizabeth, to our second video about Reiki.
Thank you, Sheila. I am very happy to be here.
Good. I know you love Reiki, don't you?
I am very passionate about it, yes.
Yeah, that's a good word, passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I had such a big surprise with Reiki. And so I thought we have to do another video about Reiki successes because I've been blown away. And I have to be honest, I have to make a confession. That is, I used to doubt Reiki. I would hear about Reiki and think, oh, right, what do they do? It's probably nothing, just. So then, as I said to you, it kind of kept coming. I should do the Reiki. Do an interview on it, do Elizabeth's course. And so I did. So I came into this situation with you with pain, and it was lower back pain. And I've had it for several months. And before that, I had it coming and going. When I was in grad school, so I was late 20s, I tried to move a big desk and felt a little tear in my back. And that eventually did heal with cranial sacral. And also, I recently have had another issue with my lower back, which has now been activated, which is scar tissue from a C-section. That my understanding is the scar tissue kind of tangles around parts of the area and then pulls. And so that's what I've been dealing with lately. Mm-hmm. And so I couldn't get to my cranial sacral person who has helped a lot. And of course it takes a long time, but that's okay because I'd be getting better. And so I hadn't seen her in 2 months and I was going once a month. It was getting worse and worse. So I hadn't been in 2 months because I didn't book ahead. She's very busy. And then we did the course. And that Wednesday night after the course, I woke up at 2 a.m. And before I would maybe take a melatonin at 2 a.m. and then just go right back to sleep. I'm normally a good sleeper. And it came, do Reiki. So I laid in bed, put my hands on my chest, and then began the Reiki. And then before I knew it, I was asleep. And I woke up the next day. And I thought, as I moved, I thought, my back doesn't hurt. And then I got up and my back didn't hurt, my lower back. I could move easily. It was 80% healed. 80%. Elizabeth, I've been over the moon. And then you did a distant healing for me a few days later, and it healed another 15%. So it's like I only have 5% left. Just the odd little piece I could feel. Oh, there's a little bit there, but like 5%. So 95% my back is healed from Reiki because I didn't do anything else differently. So I'm just so pleased. So happy.
You're a Reiki convert.
I am. I can't wait to do your second course. And how long do you recommend to wait between them?
Between Reiki level 1 and Reiki level 2, usually about 21 days.
Oh, so not very long.
No, not long at all. Yeah. And then between Reiki level 2 and the advanced level, Reiki 3, that's 6 months. And then the Reiki master teacher can be taken any time after that. And the Reiki master teacher is a 2-day workshop.
So let's talk more about the healing that can happen for people that you have observed.
A good example is I had a client who wanted me to go to a home to give her a Reiki session. So I did. I went to her and she came to the door. She was great. She hadn't showered. She was tired. She had her night clothes on. So I did the Reiki session. She asked me to go back the next day. I went back the next morning and she'd showered, she was dressed, and she had her makeup on. So that was incredible in just one Reiki session. And that lady, 10 years later, is doing very well.
And so from the healing, then she had the energy to shower and get up and put makeup on.
Yes, yeah. It's taken the old energy off as well. So Reiki also helps with chemo and radiation side effects. It's really good for that. I have another lady who had panic attacks when she was flying. She hated flying so much. Her doctors had to give her something to calm her down. And she came to me for Reiki. And now that lady's flying all over the world. And she has no panic attacks. She's doing great.
I love these stories.
Can I share one more?
Yes, please.
Okay, I had a lady come to see me. She was really stressed, overwhelmed. She was moving, relationship issues. And she came to me for the Reiki session. And she felt great when she left. And she emailed me when she got home. She said, Elizabeth, I'd never mentioned this to you before. She said, but I've had a really bad neck and I couldn't turn to look left. But as I turned coming out of your road, I could turn left and I had no pain and the stiffness had gone. And to this day, the stiffness it hasn't returned. Yeah, that's why I love Reiki. It's amazing. It's so gentle yet so powerful. One thing I have found out over the last couple of months is I have a Fitbit and it kind of calculates the sleep that you have at night. And I was checking it a couple of weeks ago. And I realized that when I send Reiki to my healing list of an evening around 8 o'clock, 8:30, my Fitbit was saying that I was already asleep. So when I started the Reiki, it just takes me into that deep relaxation zone. So that's another kind of, maybe not scientific, but it's kind of proof that you're in a different state with Reiki.
Okay, beautiful. And maybe speak a little bit about how, you do good work and then people also have to help themselves.
Yes, I feel that healing also comes from within everybody. So Reiki will enhance that and will help that to happen. And I always say it's like peeling an onion. It's one layer at a time. It's taken you many years for your body to get to that state. So it's not going to happen overnight. So it's just about getting back to the root of the issue.
And also, for example, it's good to exercise and drink water and meditate and take care of ourselves.
All the healthy things that we do, drink water, vegetables, fruits, everything. Yeah, it's all aids in having a healthy life.
So I was so curious about attunement. What does attunement mean? And so I looked it up online and read some various parts about Reiki and attunement. And so what I found was this, which I loved. Energetic pathways are opened by a Reiki master. This allows us to connect to the universal Reiki source. This attunement allows us to move Reiki energy for self and others. So that helped me clarify that now you, through your Reiki and the course, that these energetic pathways are now opened.
Yes, correct.
And now Reiki can flow through those.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. It's a sacred experience. So I don't talk a lot about the attunements until the workshop. And then it's explained thoroughly at the workshop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I probably forgot. There was a lot of information coming, right?
There is a lot of information for the Reiki level 1 because you get the history.
Mine are full of information.
I teach Usui Reiki. So there are many types of Reiki out there.
And yes. That's Usui.
Mikaya Usui. Yes, yeah. It's my intention to actually go to Japan as well, eventually, just to go to where it all started.
Well, that would be exciting for you. You've been doing it for 20 years.
I know. It'd be really good for me to go back and, get the energy of where it started and just have a good look around. I feel as if I also should mention that I took Reiki level 1 in 2001 and I took my first Reiki master teacher level in 2005. And then I retook my Reiki master teacher level in 2008 with William Rand. The reason I did that was because William was teaching the Reiki master 3rd level and I didn't have that one. I was only taught 1, 2, and 3. So I wanted to be able to teach the whole 4 levels. So I went and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the most amazing experience of Reiki that I've ever felt. It was definitely worth going.
Which means perhaps instead of feeling a gentle flow of the Reiki, you felt a lot of Reiki.
Yes, yes. It was very intense weekend. It was 3 days, but it was a fabulous weekend.
Yes, when you did the distance healing on me, where my back healed another 15%, I could feel the energy coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, I love to do the distance healing as well. It's amazing what it can do. Once a person is more open, the more open a person is, the more energy can be received.
And that's in your level 2 that I'll learn to do that.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So a question, do most people feel the Reiki energy the way I did in the workshop in my hands and then feeling it coming from you in my chest?
Yes, they do. Yes. It might be different. Everyone feels it very differently, very subtly, and some people may even feel it a lot more.
And so does it have to do with anything about how much a person is aware, or do you know any factors about how that would influence?
Not necessarily, but if somebody meditates and is already used to going into that quiet place, that will certainly help.
It's nice to know most people can feel it. It's not for the elite.
They can feel it, definitely.
When you do Reiki distant healing, how is it for you? Are you feeling some healing yourself, or?
Yes, when I do distance or Reiki, it comes through me into the client. So when I do distance healing, I know where I'm sending it to, whether it's the head, whether there's something going on in the body. I can usually pick that up as well.
And so when you sent it to me, I think you told me you did parts of my body.
Yes, yes.
Which
yes.
I wasn't aware of that. I just could feel it coming in here.
Yes, once the session is over, I'll connect with you again, and I'll say, this is what I was feeling.
What came for you to do in the healing, right? It
just
comes.
Yes.
And so is your sense that over 20 years of doing this, that you transmit the Reiki energy even more?
Yes, the more confidence you have, the more experience you have, you just get more experience at it, definitely.
Which must feel great. Right? It would be like doing a sport for 20 years and getting better and better at it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, do you have anything else you want to add?
With the attunement you mentioned before, every attunement is very different and every student is very different. My experience of Reiki level 1, after the attunements, we were chatting, and I saw my grandparents standing in the corner of the room, holding hands, and they were smiling, and I'm thinking, yes. I felt very happy to see them, but they've been dead many years. And I had no idea that taking Reiki would put me on the path that I'm on today. It's really and truly helped me to be where I am today.
So that means being more psychic, or
yes,
seeing your parents on the spirit side in the corner of the room.
Yes. Yes. So it was a combination of a lot of energy. Yes.
It's very exciting. I love all this.
I do. Yes. And I love to help others learn about Reiki when they're ready.
Lovely.
I would just like to finish on trying to explain what a Reiki session is, or to describe what it is. And it's very difficult to put into words. But a new client who came to see me yesterday, she said that was the most beautiful experience I have ever had. And I think that says it all.
Lovely.
So every time a client comes to see me, they're going to have a different experience, because every time they leave, they heal part of themselves. Something is healed. They don't need to know what it is. They just know they feel so much better.
Well, and sleep, you were saying in the distant healing that normally I would have kind of gone to sleep or so deeply relaxed, but I was kind of awake. I was sitting up and, I had just watched some spiritual video, so I was kind of stimulated by that. And so I was just awake. Yeah, I didn't, but that's okay. I still, my back still healed. That
Yeah.
next piece. So
Reiki still works.
yeah.
It always gets to where it needs to go.
Well, thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.